I'm not going to beat around the bush with this thing, okay? Like I said, I'm not going to make this review too long because I'm just going to say it right now. A Family Affair is one of the worst movies of 2024. What's up, my Epictastic Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're the 84% who is not subscribed, welcome. If you're the returning, welcome back. My name is Joshua. I talk movie, TV, music, and anime, and I'm just gonna get this review quick and easy. A Family Affair. A Family Affair. This is directed by Richard LaGravenese and written by Carrie Solomon. It stars Nicole Kidman, Joey Keane, Zac Efron, Liza Koshy, and Kathy Bates. A surprising romance kicks off comic consequences for a young woman, her mother, and her movie star boss as they face the complications of love, sex, and identity. I'm not going to beat around the bush with this thing, okay? Like I said, I'm not going to make this review too long because I'm just going to say it right now. A Family Affair is one of the worst movies of 2024. Now, I was going to review this back in June, but a little bit of time has been messing with me. Also, I have personal tragedy going on in the month before that, and also, that's why it's been taking me until now to get this done. But I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything. This movie sucked rotten ice cream cones. This was,
Listen to this anyway.
If there's anything positive I will say in this movie, I'll say this. The cast desperately tries. The cast really tries. You have Zac Efron, Joey Keane, and, of course, the lovely Nicole Kidman. All three of these actors I really like. I really do like them as filmmakers. They are committed. Even if the movie's not great, they do the best they can. Despite with Joey Keane, her character is frustrating the hell out of me, which is one of the biggest negatives I will give right now. I will say that is one of my biggest criticisms of this movie, is that her character annoys the hell out of me, but it's not her fault. But I will say those three actors do everything they can to make it work here. I will also say it's fairly shot and fairly directed by Richard LaGravenese. And Richard LaGravenese is a competent director. He's made some movies I actually like. I love Freedom Riders. P.S. I Love You is amazing. Beautiful Creatures is okay, but kind of a guilty pleasure. And The Last 5 Years, I think, is one of the more criminally underrated movies of the 2010s. It's a really good musical drama. So I don't know what the hell happened here in between the last 5 years and this, but someone is to blame here because the script in this movie fucking sucks. So I'll say, like I said, my positives, the cast tries, especially those three. Kathy Bates is always good, even though she is soon to retire. And Liza Koshy, I really do like, but she really does deserve better than this. This whole cast deserves better than this. As far as the issues go, this was disappointingly bad. This is nowhere near as abysmal as Unfrosted or Madam Web, or near as irritatingly bad or frustratingly disappointing as Tarot. But what A Family Affair is a 114-minute, almost 2-hour romantic comedy that really doesn't do much for me. It does little to nothing with this idea, aside from a few jokes that were actually funny, and also there are some moments I actually think have some heart in there. And when you have an idea like this easily could have been a decent little movie. I don't know what the hell happened here, but I'm just gonna say, I love a good rom-com. I even like some rom-coms that are guilty pleasures. And I really thought that after Anyone But You, we were going to have this resurgence, and we technically still are, but this is just not worth it. Between this and Mother of the Bride, Netflix, I don't know what the hell was going on with you and your projects, especially some of these rom-coms or these big budget movies, but you guys, seriously, especially your fucking CEO, needs to get some goddamn damage control, because I don't know what the hell happened. Here, you need to get some fucking quality control over at Netflix, because this shit ain't cutting it.
So
No, that's just not fair!
The pacing of this movie is boring as hell. Nothing was happening for the entire length of the film. I thought the film had a very slow length, aside from a few moments of action and a few moments of comedy. The comedy is not funny in the slightest whatsoever, aside from a few moments, but half of the time I'm sitting there just like putting on my frustrating reactions like, where is the joke? If there is no joke, if you can't tell us the joke. LaGravenese and the screenwriter, granted, y'all did try to do something a little fun, a little creative, but I don't know what happened here. And it clearly feels like this is not their finest hour. Let's just get it out of the way. Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron, individually, they're great. But when they have to have moments of romance together, it's a little bit off because he's way younger than her and she's way older than him. And I'm not someone who's complaining about that if you can kind of make it work. But this is one of those situations where, honestly, it would have been much better if it was Joey King or a different person playing it. Not to say Nicole Kidman's bad or anything. She's pretty good in the movie. So is Zac Efron. But I'm like, the way this movie and this character is written is like, it doesn't matter. 114 minutes. It's very quick and paced. But it's just because the movie is so slow, I really don't give a shit about anything that's going on here. For a movie that is supposed to be dealing with the daughter character, I found the daughter character played by Joey King, despite her best efforts acting-wise, to be freaking annoying and frustrating the hell out of me half the time. Now, Despicable Me 4 is not as bad when it comes to Joey King playing characters that irritated me. That movie is not as bad, okay? Honestly, I reviewed Despicable Me 4. I did say Poppy was kind of annoying. But you know why I was a little more tolerated with Poppy? Because I actually, as the movie made a few turns, I kind of tolerated her. Granted, she's still a fake-ass wannabe version of Karen Gillan and Lisa Loud. But you know what? That character was not so bad.
I'm just not feeling it. Something's missing.
And I just want, this movie feels like this is Netflix trying to be an action version of Anyone But You. And except you're not Anyone But You. Anyone But You was more funnier. Anyone But You had more going for it. Especially with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell's chemistry. This could have been decent if you just actually just focused on what needs to be focused on and had a better script. Granted, the director is trying and the cast tries, but there is not much to work with when it comes to this crappy script. In conclusion, to wrap it all up, this is going to be a quick video. A Family Affair is one of my least favorite movies of the year. There are some things I can like about it, like the performances. Richard LaGravenese is a good director. He does do fine. There are some moments here that are entertaining, and also some of the supporting cast is good, and I'll say it's fairly well shot, and it has a few moments. Its heart is in the right place, but unfortunately, the script does have little to nothing to work with. Not as bad as Madam Web, not as bad as freaking Unfrosted. Unfrosted is still the worst Netflix-related thing this year. It's not as frustrating as Tarot. It's just a very generic, kind of to nothing, disappointingly thin script that has an interesting premise that's wasted on it. And this could have been a hell of a lot better.
Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay epictastic, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.